So I'm going to ask you some questions about yoga and your practice today. So what kind of yoga do you practice?
What resonates most with me is self-inquiry, which would come under the, generally speaking, would come under the category of Jnana yoga. Jnana yoga being the yoga of intuitive insight, the yoga of Jnana. Jnana means knowledge, but not knowledge like intellectual book knowledge necessarily, more like knowledge of the self. The big question in Jnana yoga really is, what am I, or who am I? Otherwise said, what is truth, what is reality? So it's the yoga of wanting to know what's up, wanting to know who I am, what's truth. And some people, it seems, in my experience, some people are just, they're born with, or they grow up with this intuitive yearning to know what's beyond this realm that we're presented with, you know, and all my life I had that. I didn't really know what it was. I didn't know what that yearning was, and I looked to fill that in so many different ways. But when you start asking this question, who am I? And when I say that, it means who am I, not at the level of personality, not who am I in terms of labels. I am a man, I am a teacher, I am da-da-da-da, none of that. But who am I really? Better said, what am I really? Prior to the mind, prior to the egoic structure, prior to a single thought I can have about myself, then ask, who am I, what am I? Neither is really a great question, because who am I implies I'm a person, and that's not true. I can tell you experientially that who I am, who you are, who everyone is, if you like, is way more vast, way more essential than just this person structure. The question, what am I, doesn't really work, because it implies we're an object. And if we're an object, that means we're an object arising within something. Like all objects arise within something. So what are we if the truth of who we are, according to the great yogis, the great saints and the great mystics, is one? This unity consciousness, this non-duality, which in Sanskrit they use the word advaita. It means not two. You can't really say what we are, so what they say not to, Who am I? What am I? What is reality? This is my yoga, this is the main thing. And within that, there are many tools, if you like, it's a way of saying it, there's many tools I use to help me reach that space of intuitive understanding, which is an understanding beyond the mind. It's not something the mind can ever get. This question, it's what guides my life, really, and that's my yoga,
That's really beautiful. So it's kind of, the yoga you practice is kind of delving into existence itself.
Absolutely.
And consciousness, our
Absolutely.
consciousness.
And what helps me reach those places is meditation. And meditation for me includes my asana practice, where I put my body in certain shapes, and that helps me go deeper inside. Or other aspects of hatha yoga, which is pranayama, locking the body, bandhas, even like strong kumbhaka, like holding the breath either in or out. You can reach these kind of transcendental places, even for a moment, because in those moments you're in a timeless space anyway, so you can touch them through many different tools. There are certain methodologies I followed with hatha yoga, raja yoga, bhakti yoga even, which have really opened me up, so I can only reteach from my own experience.